In the often glamorous and larger-than-life city of Las Vegas, stories of crime can sometimes take on an almost cinematic quality. Yet, few real-life tales are as disturbing or terrifying as that of Benjamin Obadiah Foster, whose psychopathic tendencies and violent behavior shocked the public and frustrated law enforcement for years. His crimes and manipulative tactics revealed the darker underbelly of a city known more for its bright lights and entertainment. Early life and warning signs. Foster's early life showed troubling signs that would eventually culminate in the violent acts for which he became notorious. Raised in a seemingly normal household, there were few outward indications to the casual observer of the deep-seated issues that would later define his character. However, Foster's childhood and adolescence were marred by episodes of cruelty, especially towards animals, which experts often see as an early indicator of sociopathic tendencies. As he grew older, Foster's behavior became more erratic and dangerous. His penchant for manipulation and control, especially in relationships, pointed to a growing obsession with domination. He used charm and intellect to win over those around him, only to reveal his darker nature once people were ensnared in his web of deceit. A pattern of abuse. Foster's criminal history is dotted with violent incidents that highlight a clear pattern of abuse and control. Before his most infamous crimes, he had a documented history of domestic violence and other abusive behaviors toward women. Foster's relationships often ended in fear and pain for his partners, who were subjected to mental, emotional, and physical abuse. One of the most telling signs of Foster's psyche was his ability to convince his victims, and at times even authorities, that he was a misunderstood man. Many abusers maintain a public facade of normalcy, which makes their crimes all the more insidious. Foster was no exception. He used his charm to manipulate others into believing his innocence, even after repeated accusations of abuse. The escalation, a calculated predator. Foster's most chilling acts came in the form of calculated, cold-blooded violence. He meticulously planned his attacks, selecting his victims with care and covering his tracks with precision. One particularly gruesome incident involved the kidnapping and torture of a woman he had previously been in a relationship with. After convincing her to meet him under false pretenses, he brutally assaulted her over several days. The woman managed to escape, but the psychological scars ran deep. As his crimes escalated, so too did the scope of his manipulation. Foster showed an uncanny ability to evade law enforcement, staying one step ahead of the authorities while continuing his predatory behavior. This made capturing him incredibly difficult, as he often vanished into thin air just as the police were closing in. Eluding justice. One of the most frustrating aspects of the Benjamin Obadiah Foster case was his ability to evade justice for so long. Despite repeated efforts by law enforcement to capture him, Foster used fake identities, moved across state lines, and lived a transient lifestyle that made him hard to track. His ability to hide in plain sight made him a particularly dangerous figure. Foster often blended into the communities he targeted, using charm to ingratiate himself with the locals while plotting his next attack. Even when authorities thought they were close to catching him, he seemed to slip through their fingers, continuing his reign of terror. Capture and aftermath. Foster's run from the law eventually came to an end, but not without leaving behind a trail of devastation. After a nationwide manhunt and several close encounters with police, he was finally captured, ending one of the most nerve-wracking chapters in recent criminal history. However, the aftermath of Foster's capture left many questions unanswered. How was he able to evade capture for so long? Why wasn't more done to stop him earlier? His case highlighted systemic flaws in how domestic violence and stalking cases are handled by law enforcement, as well as the difficulty of tracking a perpetrator who is skilled in manipulation and deception. Benjamin Obadiah Foster will be remembered not just for his horrifying crimes, but for the lessons his case imparts on law enforcement and society as a whole. His ability to charm and deceive, even while engaging in heinous acts, underscores the dangers of unchecked psychopathy. It also serves as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance, both in identifying early warning signs of abusive behavior and in creating systems that can better protect victims. Las Vegas, a city known for its excitement and allure, will forever bear the dark stain of Foster's crimes. Yet by learning from the failures and successes of his eventual capture, we can hope to better understand and prevent the actions of those like him in the future.